Hi guys, let's talk about Pythagorean theorem and distance formula. The Pythagorean theorem is valid on a right triangle. So we have a right triangle here, we have legs A and B and the hypotenuse C. So the Pythagorean theorem suggests that C square, the square of the hypotenuse, is equal to the sum of squares of legs. So a squared plus b squared equals to c squared. Okay, now we are going to make use of this Pythagorean theorem to find the distance formula of 2 points on Cartesian plane. So the point A here, x1, y1, is on the Cartesian plane and just like B. So I mentioned here D. D is the distance of these 2 points. So how do we calculate D? Let's see. My friends, I have the same picture here. So the point A, x1, y1 is here, located here, and x2, y2 is located here. So the point here, I want to show this point. The point here has x coordinate from x2 because it has the same x coordinate with this point B, and the point, this red point, this green point here has the y coordinate coming from A. So x2 y1 is this point. Okay, so this is a right triangle, right? So what are these distances? What are the lengths of these legs of the right triangle? So look at here. This has x1, y1 here, and this has x2, y1 here. They are horizontal here, as you can see. So x2 minus x1 is the distance here, is the length of this leg of the right triangle. On the other hand, this vertical line here has length y2 minus y1 because they share the same x coordinate. The only difference comes from y coordinates, y2 and y1. So as we can see, these legs have lengths x2 minus x1 and y2 minus y1. So now let's make use of the Pythagorean theorem. What was it suggesting? It was suggesting that the square of the hypotenuse d square, equals to the squares of legs of the right triangle. So it is x2 minus x1 squared and y2 minus y1 squared. So the distance is, when it comes to calculating the distance, take the square root both sides. D equals to square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. This is called the distance of 2 points on the Cartesian plane. Okay. Now let's find the distance of the points 2, 1 and negative 1, 3 by using the distance formula that we obtained. So we have these 2 points, negative 1, 3 and 2, 1 here. So what was the distance formula? Let's recall the distance formula here. D equals to square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So the idea is here taking the difference of x-axis, x coordinates, and taking the difference of y coordinates and adding the squares. So we can call one of them x1 y1 and the other one x2 y2. That's up to us. It won't change the answer. So d equals to square root x2 minus x1. Let's say x2 is this. So it is 2 minus x1 minus 1 squared plus y2 minus y. What is y2? y2 is 1. 1 minus y1, that's 3 here. So their differences, and then take the square. So d equals the square root. As you can see, 2 minus minus 1 is 3. So it makes 3 squared plus 1 minus 3 is negative 2 squared. And finally, our distance equals to 9 plus 4, which is square root 13. So these 2 points have the distance negative 13. Verifying a right triangle. Show that the points 2, 1, 4, 0 and 5, 7 are vertices of a right triangle. So what is the idea to have a right triangle? The idea here is we will calculate the lengths of this triangle, and then we will see that if it satisfies the Pythagorean theorem. So if any triangle which satisfies the Pythagorean theorem is a right triangle. So we will calculate these distances. Let's see, let's sketch them here, and then we will sketch here, and finally we will sketch here, and then we will see what are the distances. So let's begin. I'm going to calculate, like, this is going to be A, this is going to be B, and this is going to be C. So what is A? The length of this leg of the triangle. So this is square root x2 minus x1, like 5 minus 2 squared plus 7 minus 1 squared. And what does it give me? It gives me like 3 squared, right? Plus 6 squared, which is 36 plus 9, it is square root 45. Let's keep this one here. And let's calculate B. B is this point, this length. So it is like 4 minus 2 squared plus 0 minus 1 squared, square root. So what is it? It is like 2 square plus negative 1 square. This is 1, this is 4, so it is square root 5. And finally, C is, my friends, square root 5 minus 4 squared. Distance formula we are using, and 7 minus 0 squared. And this is 1 squared plus 7 squared, which is obviously square root 50. So what I was trying to obtain to see was this. So I think you can see this. C squared equals A squared plus B squared. Let's see it really. So root 50 square equals to root 45 square plus root 5 square. Really? Yes, 50 equals to 45 plus 5. So from here, what we deduce is C is the hypotenuse of this right triangle, and this is the right angle.